The man accused of setting fire to Fresno's Livingstone's restaurant more than a year ago was back in a Kings County courtroom today. One day after a jury found him guilty of multiple felony counts relating to an incident involving his own grandmother at her home near Lemoore.
Now that same jury will determine if Silva was sane at the time of those crimes. Action News South Valley reporter Brian Johnson is live in Hanford with details on today's medical testimony. Brian?
Well, Graciela and Margot, if the jury decides that Silva was sane at the time of these crimes, then he's facing a prison sentence of 30 years to life. If, however, they believe he was insane at the time, then he'll eventually be sent to a state hospital. On Friday, a court-appointed psychiatrist assigned with evaluating Justin Silva confirmed what Silva's friends have previously said about the 33-year-old man, that a couple of years ago he was found to have a brain tumor about the size of a walnut and that he had that tumor removed at Stanford University. The doctor testified that such a brain surgery can affect a person's ability to reason or determine right from wrong. After an interview with Silva in March of last year, the doctor concluded that Silva had bipolar disorder and that it was his opinion that Silva was so severely mentally ill that he did not comprehend the wrongfulness of his actions when 2 months earlier he went to his grandmother's house near Lemoore, beat her, and tried to steal her property. Silva said he felt the devil was inside his grandmother, so he performed an exorcism on her. Evidence, the doctor said, that Silva was manic, psychotic, and irrational at the time of the crimes. The doctor testified that Silva had been treated for mental illness prior to the incident and that he even tried to get help at a facility in Fresno, but unfortunately was not admitted. Silva, who's also accused of setting fire to Livingstone's restaurant just weeks before the incident with his grandma, was also interviewed by another doctor last year, this one a psychologist. His opinion, contrary to the first doctor, is that Silva could tell right from wrong and understood the nature of the crimes he carried out against his grandma. And remember that Silva still faces charges in Fresno County relating to the Livingstone's fire. He'll have to deal with those charges before he either goes to state prison or a state hospital for the charges here in Kings County. Live in Hanford, Brian Johnson, ABC 30 Action News.